As always, when we start a new module, it's time to have another look at our workflow. And the good news is that we finally arrived at the last step in the Power BI desktop workflow, because in this module, we'll focus on data visualization in our report view. We'll also directly dive into the course project to explore this view and also to learn how to create visuals. Before we do that though, it's time for a little bit of theory, because I want to make sure that you are aware of the basic visual concepts when it comes to creating visuals in Power BI Desktop. For this, as an example, let's say you want to create a line chart. You would have a blueprint for the chart then with an x-axis and a y-axis, and well, then you have the chart, but the information that should be displayed is missing. You know that information in Power BI Desktop can be accessed via our fields, but we have to add our fields to certain areas to tell Power BI Desktop where we want to use this information in our chart. One of these areas you can find there, for example in the line chart, is the axis area. And for the axis, we could use our years, for example, so the information stored in the year field. This would mean we would have something like this, so the year 2000, 2010, and 2020, just an example here, of course, down there along the x-axis. The position of the axis, of course, depends on the chart type we are using. This is one step, but what do we actually want to visualize? Well, for this, we need our value area. So we can use another field, in our example, maybe the population field, and put it to this value area. And this will then return in something like this, a line chart in the end, which visualizes this information stored in this column. So we have the combination of value and axis already. Then we might want to add more information, more detailed information with a so-called legend. For the legend, we could use our country-specific data for the population. So two examples would be Germany and the USA right here. As you see, the chart would get the information that we have for these countries, and we would also get a legend which tells us what is displayed right here. So with the legend, we are almost done with these core areas. There are more to explore, but the last core area then is the so-called tooltip. A tooltip is a pop-up which is displayed if you hover over certain parts of your visual, for example right here. And depending on the field we are using for the tooltip, in our case this would be the age category field, well, we would get additional information, in this case the share of the senior population in that specific point in time that we selected with the mouse. So these are some a little bit abstract theoretical concepts here. I just want to make sure that you have some, well, theoretical background when it comes to these different areas of the chart. As I said, the amount of areas available and also what is displayed where totally depends on the chart type we are using, but generally this is how it works. With that, let's go back to our project and let's explore the report view in a bit more detail.